y equals 3 times x minus 4 squared minus 2. Okay? Does that make sense? Now I want to graph that, basically, but I want to kind of know what the graph would look like before I do it. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to get fancy, and I'm going to put my little graph out here. And we're going to try to graph this by hand and then see where we end up. Well, if I say y equals x squared, and I make my little table of values, where this is x and this is y, I'm going to plug in 0, which is 0. And then if I do like negative 4, what's negative 4 squared?
16.
16. Actually, let's make that a smaller number. Let's make that, yeah, we'll make it 2. So negative 2 is 4, right? And then positive 2 is 4. So if I plot those points, I've got 0, 0, 2, up 4, and then negative 2 is 4. If I were to do negative 3, it would be at 9. So negative 3 would be here, and then positive 3 would be here. So my parabola kind of looks like this. Okay, so this is f of x equals x squared. That's the parent function. Now, I'm not going to do a table of values of this. Well, I might.
Wait.
Where's my vertex? Positive, right? Because remember that it's y equals ax minus h squared plus k, and the vertex is h comma k. So it's actually 4 comma negative 2. So if I'm going to go over 4 units and then down 2, so I go 1, 2, 3, 4, down 2. It's a positive 3, so that means it's going to open up, right? So this positive 3 means it's going to open up this way because it's positive 3. And then the only other thing I really need to do is find one point on the line. Where's my line of symmetry?
Vertex. X equals 4.
Through the vertex, right? So x equals 4. And so what I'm going to do is I'm going to make like a little dashed line. Now here's the cool thing. I need one point on the line. I'm going to say x, I'm going to plug in x equals 0. So when I plug in 0, I get 0 minus 4 squared. In other words, I'm going to say 3 times 0 minus 4 squared minus 2. Well, this becomes 16. And 3 times 16 is 48, right? And then 48 minus 2 is 46. Now, that is not on my graph, right?
Bad value.
But what that tells me is that blows up really quick. What I might want to choose is a value that's closer to the vertex. So let's try a different value. Let's try 3. So I'm going to say 3. Now 3 minus 4 is negative 1, right? Negative 1 squared is a positive 1. 3 times 1 is 3 minus 2 equals 1. So if I... 3, 1. So I'm going to come down 3, 1, 2, 3, and then up 1. Now, because of my line of symmetry, I could go right over here, the exact same distance on the other side of my line of symmetry. And now I can draw my parabola. Now that's freehand. If I wanted to, maybe I would do x equals 2 or something like that, but we see at 0, it's already way, way high. Okay? So, now how do we double check it? Calculate it. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to come in here, and I'm going to clear out all these functions except for my parent function, and I'm going to say 3, in parentheses, x minus 4 squared, minus 2. Like that. And let's graph it.
Yep.
Yep, perfect. It's exactly where it should be. Any questions? Okay, cool.